Hey guys, welcome back. Overcast day, but that's okay. I was fiending to come out here today. I just got done with work and I jumped in the truck and I ran right over here to secret spot number 1. So I'm going to be trying to do a little damage today in the same hole that I was in. Looks pretty clear. Wasn't filled up by any overflow that happened that brought in a little extra. Really just didn't happen. Last time I was out here, maybe 4 days ago, something like that, went home with like 2 or 3 pieces. So I have just been fiending to come back out here, and apparently the mosquitoes heard about it and they sent an entire refugee bus full of mosquitoes to come out here and attack me. And it has been tough, but at the same time I love it so much. Plus I got bug spray in the truck, so I'm gonna have to go grab that, spray myself down real quick. And then I'm gonna be right back to it. So I'll bring you guys back here in a second. Cobbles! Just got back from getting that bug spray on, and hopefully that'll do the trick. And I still see them flying around me, so we'll see, but not a big deal. Let me show you kind of what I got going on. Looks beautiful, don't it? Little waterfall like that. Here's my little setup spot where I can break out my gear and kind of get everything sorted. But anyway, next step is gonna start digging. So I'll bring you guys back once I start getting into that little mess. First scoop, guys. Tell right off the bat, this is a little bit of the overburden, but nonetheless, why not? I got the Bigfoot sluice and I like it. Got my first scoop in the pan. I'll go ahead and classify this. Wash those rocks really good, of course. Little toss, no arrowhead. See you later. Ooh, another big old blob. Looking good. Looking good. A couple little ones. Nothing super awesome. Next. Oh yeah, that material is looking good. We're still at that transition period, getting the small rocks to a little bit bigger, and then of course your big uns. The big uns are there. I could fill them as I'm scraping down here. And there you go. Give you a little view of that. And you can see that there's a gravels in there with a little bit bigger rocks, rounded river stone style. Nothing great. Did find that. Looks like a little electrical connector. So we'll save that, put that in the pocket, and get it out of the river. You guys, finding gold and everything is, of course, amazing, super awesome. But at the same time, you know, this is our environment. This is what we gotta give to our kids, Bigo Bruski boys, and your kids, you know. So we obviously want to take care of it as best we can. And then at the same time, you know, come out here, have some fun, and then leave it for future generations to have fun. And that's what I try to do when I'm out here. So anytime I find metal or, you know, old rusty metal, stuff like that, you know, I try to take it out of the river. That way it doesn't stay in here and continue to degrade this amazing resource that we have. So I love it. Sometimes you just got to be a steward, I guess is what they would say. Be a steward to the land. I'm a big proponent of that. Sustainability, you know, all that stuff like that. Nice, really rounded stones in that one, so I think I'm right back to where I was just a few days ago. Anyway, I'm going to keep filling up this bucket, and I'll get back to you guys here in just a little bit. Alright everybody, I got about, let's say 3/4 of a bucket filled up. I'm going to start running it through this Bigfoot. Still swirling around, doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Just takes a little bit longer for it to clear off. You don't want your vortices to get completely filled up with material. You're going to have a really hard time with your cleanup. And at the same time, you might lose gold if it just passes right over those riffles. It doesn't even get a chance to get into that vortex action. So you never want to be too fast while you're doing this. Just pay attention to how your riffles are running, whether it's the Bigfoot sluice or some other type of river sluice you got. Your best option is just pay attention to your riffles and make sure they don't get too filled up. Update on the mosquitoes, the bug spray works, so I have no complaints there. The sun came out a little bit today, just perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. The water's amazing. Wish you guys could feel that. Here, let me soak you. There you go. Hopefully you got soaked and we're able to chill out a little bit. Well, this is going to take a little while, so I'll bring you guys back once I get this bucket down close to 0 and we go to do the clean out. So far, looking great. I'm going to try to show you guys kind of what it looks like as it's coming off this sluice here. You probably can't get much idea of the riling action, or I guess the vortex action of the sluice, but just kind of giving the idea of what it looks like as it's running down the Bigfoot over this microgreen mat. Typically like to give it a little bit of time to settle, to clear out. Up here in my indicator mat, I am seeing some buckshot, which is really good indication of where we should be, where we need to be in order to find the gold. So the fact that that's coming in also means the area that we are in, digging-wise, is where the heavies are dropping out of the river. So again, that's right where you want to be. See guys, what I've done is I lowered my elevation. So I guess I raised my elevation. I lowered the rock at the bottom, and that allows it to kind of have a steeper decline, which allows the rocks and the pebbles to kind of clear out a little bit faster. And that was the problem I was having before, is the material was sitting there for too long. It was clogging up my ripples, and at that point, you know, you're losing gold. It's basically just going right over the ripple, and you're not able to capture it. So I think we are dialed in now. I made that adjustment about halfway through the bucket, I would say. So hopefully the rest of this bucket towards the bottom is where all of our gold was, and we ain't gonna miss any. As I said before, that river bank over there is just a bank full of gold, and I love coming over to that spot. In fact, as I was digging, I was noticing a little bit further upstream, close to where I am now, on that same bend, there is just a ton of good sized rocks. I mean, we're talking, you know, some good size, even a little bit bigger sized rocks on some of them. And then of course you got all the smaller size of rocks down from that. That's right where you want to be. That's right where the gold's going to hang out. So what I might do, I might poke around and just kind of see what's going on as I move up this bank over here, and just to see if there's, you know, any other better prospects, potentially of course, for finding some more gold. And I've already started to kind of think about my winter operation. Obviously, I'm not going to be sitting in the cold water like I'm doing now. And I don't think this is going to freeze up. It's just too fast. I think what's going to happen is, the riverbank itself will freeze up, but the water itself will just be freezing. Which means I'm going to have to grab some insulated waders, which is cool. I can totally do that. I can get down with some winter action out here in Michigan. Anybody that's been around Michigan or Indiana during the winter time knows kind of what I'm talking about and what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a little battle. You know, it's not as easy, obviously, getting out here in the winter. But I kind of want to set myself up with those extra little spots. That way, if I happen to clear out the hole that I'm working now, I can come back in the winter time and still continue to check out new holes. Because at some point, you're not going to be seeing much. You know, there'll just be too much snow. We're getting down really close to the bottom now. Alright, I'm going to dump this bucket and then we'll do a little clean out, eh? And you guys might think, you know, as I add water to this, that's clearing out the ripples and gold is just going, you know, right down to the end of the sluice. But as I'm sitting here, I can see those ripples, and I can see, you know, the vortex action, and those rocks really aren't moving. I mean, they're doing their vortex thing, but they're not flying out of there and going to the end of the sluice. Maybe about one or two more and this thing will be good. clean bucket. Alright, I'm going to take this over to my my gold pan station. I'm going to clean this baby out and see what we get. Alright, all those little ripples are cleaned out there. Very interesting setup. They kind of just have, it's almost like a U, and then it goes down in one of the corners to a smaller circle. And what happens is that gold just starts rifling around in those little U's until it gets trapped down into the bottom, and then you clean it out and you should have gold there. So I'm going to take this back to the house. Looks like some smaller stones. I really need to classify it with my smaller classifier in order to see the gold really well. But anyway, bring you guys right back. Well, I had to bring you right back, guys. I wanted to show you, and I don't know if it'll show up, but right there, that little piece. So we got at least one piece in the pan, and I see it has two little friends. It has two little friends right there. So that was a super bad cleanup. I was just peeling it back just to kind of see what I would have in here. And over here, I see another one. So we are going to be in business here shortly. And I apologize about the bad camera angle. I hope you guys can see this stuff a little bit. But anyway, like I said, I'll bring you back at the house and show you what I really got on this cleanup. Gold has been found, Bigo Bruski family. As I showed you out in the river, we had at least, I thought it was 3 pieces. As I do the cleanup here back at the house, I see one of the pieces I saw out in the river, but I also see one other one that I didn't see, and that one ended up being a little bit bigger. So I kind of want to show you what I'm looking at. Right there. That was the bigger piece that we pulled out. And right up here, a little bit smaller. And I thought he had a friend. Right there. Really small guy. But between those 3 pieces, right there, let's see. Can't fill it. Too small to be a filler. But, yeah, it's back down there now. I'm going to have to sucker these up with my snuffer, and I'm going to put them in there. I was going to do a snuffer dump for you guys, show you kind of what I got so far. Basically represents the last 4 times that I've been out, maybe 4 buckets full now. But this stuff is not included in it. I'm going to do a different snuffer that I got. It's the one I've been using. I just don't want to add this to it yet. I want to show you kind of what I've been getting. So they said there was no gold in Southwest Michigan. Well, I want to show you guys something. This, let's see here on my finger, right there, I zoom in. All that is the gold that I found the last 3 times out. Looking good there. I can move some, I can fill some of that. I got a filler right there. Oh, it didn't come up on my hand, but that's a Michigan picker if I ever seen one. So all the naysayers out there who thought there would be no gold in Michigan, I just say you ain't looking good enough. That's it for today, guys. Bigo Bruski out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it if you